oh, to be 20 again, right? The 20s are typically a time of discovery, trying to figure out who you are, maybe having a little bit of fun, right? I know for me in my 20s, I really wasn't thinking about long-term financial goals, right? But now that I'm a little bit older, and yeah, I'm not telling y'all how old I am, but now that I'm a little bit older, I really wish I had. I wish I had taken a minute to just kind of think through it. So what are some of those things that I wish I had known about finances in my 20s? That's what we're going to be talking about here today on the Sefa Consultant Financial Corner. Hey guys, thank you for joining me today. My name is Evie, and today we're going to be talking about 7 things I wish I had known about finances in my 20s. So, first thing I would say is number 1, education is key, right? We hear that phrase thrown around all the time, but it is true. The type of education, whether it's college or a trade or whatever the case might be, makes a huge impact later on in life. So the term that it used to describe this is something called human capital. And simply stated, all that means is that the skills, the knowledge, the training that one possesses determines their economic value later on in life. In other words, what value do you bring to the table when you go for that job interview, right? How can you make yourself more marketable, right? What problems can you help that company solve? That's what they're looking for when they're interviewing for that position. So all these things make a difference later on in your earning potential. Number 2, I would say, is that credit cards are not your friends, right? So we see credit cards whenever we're younger, in our 20s, and we're like, ooh, I can buy this and have a little bit of fun. But I want you guys to know that the US credit card outstanding debt is $925 billion, right? And guess where that debt starts from? Yep, you guessed it. It starts in our 20s. Number 3, student loans don't go away. They do not. So if you're borrowing money now for school and you need it, that's absolutely fine. Please do so. But remember that you don't want to borrow more than you need, right? So just borrow what you do need. Don't buy a little extra to buy a little something else. Student loans can't get written off later on in life if you file for bankruptcy. There's a small margin where it can be, but it's very hard to prove. Number 4, I would say I wish I had known in my 20s is that budgeting and savings is a cool thing, right? So this idea of budgeting and savings was not necessarily something that I was thinking through. Who wants to do that in your 20s, right? But if you really start those disciplines early, it allows you to be able to understand your money management, and it helps you along the way later on in life. So that's huge. Number 5, insurance is not only for old folks, okay? Insurance is simply just protection. So the question is, what type of insurances may you need at that time just to help protect you? You don't want to have to go through an event where it's traumatic and then now have the effect of now having to think through the financial implication of that hardship, right? You don't want to have to go through that. So insurance simply just covers you in that sense. Number 6, save for retirement early. I know. In our 20s, we're not thinking we're going to retire anytime soon. Why are we thinking through that? You're thinking retirement's like way down the way and all of that stuff. But you really want to think through your retirement early. It's never too early, to think through that. So maybe sitting with a financial advisor and sitting and mapping through some of those retirement goals might be helpful in your 20s. And hey, you never know. Maybe if you start early, you can retire early, right? And number 7, invest, right? Investment is big. Investment is how your money grows, right? It's just learning the art of investment in your 20s. You don't have to invest a whole bunch of money. Maybe just start small. But every little bit counts, and you'll be shocked as you get older that little bit of investment that you made back in your 20s actually has made a huge impact in your finances. So these are a few tips in our 20s that I think can make a huge impact later on our financial journey. So I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, please don't hesitate to share it with your friends, family members, coworkers, whomever you think might benefit from it. And I want you guys to always remember that your finances don't have to be overwhelming. They don't. You can gain vision for your financial tomorrow. I love you guys. You take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.